Welcome to the Wally Show Precast. All the stuff that happens before the show, stuff we did not get to during the show, and we are streaming it Facebook Live as well.
And also putting it on YouTube later.
Oh, wow. Look at Zach loves YouTube right now.
YouTube's really important.
YouTube is important when you need to learn how to weld or something like that. Nope. I love YouTube, honestly. Like, you can learn anything from YouTube. If you want to learn how to make a circle skirt, you could do that. Not that I would want to do that.
That's the first thing out of your...
Dang it! There's like a group of guys, almost all with beards and all huge here that came in. We'll get to them in a minute. Manly men. And the first example I do, I should have to shave my beard off just for mentioning the first thing I would search on YouTube is a circle skirt. Dadgummit. But we'll get to why they are here in just a minute. So a couple birthdays here. We want to get to, hey, Wally, Zach, Betty, and Becca. I was wondering if you could wish my son Xavier a happy birthday. He's turning 12. Well, happy birthday, Xavier. And my question for you is, what is one of your favorite God stories that you remember? Oh, it's probably a good thing.
Like a Bible story or like a God in your life story?
God in your life thing, I would think.
Well, that's hard on the spot.
Well, there's so many of them that's hard. And especially when you see, with Joey and all the mess that he's been in lately. There's been good with that,
definitely.
I'm sure.
I was just going to, this is a good example because I was literally just messaging my aunt about this last night and this morning because she was looking for ways to kind of support us. And she's like, can I set up a GoFundMe, blah, blah, blah. But one really great God thing within this is that we actually got a grant back when Joey was in Louisiana to cover 100% of his medical bills. And his company has been outstanding, and they've been paying his base salary.
That's crazy.
And so even in the midst of all of this craziness, and it's been hard. It's been really hard, past week as well within this, but 100% of our expenses have been covered. So that's a huge thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Zach, what about you?
Back when I lived in Texas, I was driving to church one morning and went around a curve, and there was black ice, and I fishtailed a few times, and then lost control, went on an embankment, flipped my car over, landed upside down kind of thing, and which is very weird when you unbuckle your seatbelt and you're upside down because all of a sudden you just slam into the ceiling.
You forget about physics.
You do. You really do. And but I crawled out of the crushed window with literally not a scratch on me. And I called my parents later to tell them about it. And my dad was like, that's so weird because at 7 o'clock this morning, he was preaching that Sunday, he's like, as I was getting ready to church, I've told your mom, I'm like, I have this weird feeling about Zach. We need to stop and pray.
Really?
Wow.
And they stopped and prayed, and it was like within 15 minutes, like before my accident.
I had one of those, not with me personally, but in my family, where it was my Aunt Norma, like her husband was in the Vietnam War, and she distinctly remembers like waking up and shouting, "Bill, turn around," and like she doesn't even know why. And she looked, and because of that, she looked at the clock. And when she then talked with him, a month later, she was telling him this, and they start figuring out their stories and the dates and the timeline. And there was a guy, they were in this fight, and there's this guy coming at him, and he goes, I don't know why, I turned around, and they killed the guy, like, before he was going to be killed with a bayonet.
Whoa.
Like, insane. Like, I'm like, oh, that's kind of...
I think some Christians have abused the spiritual world a little bit they've manipulated these kinds of stories for gain.
Right.
And so a lot of people in the church are very skeptical. And I think that's somewhat reasonable, but I think there's a whole side of things that we don't recognize much in America particularly.
Oh, yeah. I know
sure.
I get skeptical of that stuff. I have a hair trigger to that, but when again, the source is really important. So when it's somebody that you know and you love and you trust, you're like, wow, there is something there versus something that you're seeing on TV that's followed by a pass the plate.
So that's why you should give right now. Right?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's called.
Exactly. What about you, Betty Rock?
When I first walked into the station, and I said, I was a young 21-year-old girl, and I said,
full of promise.
Someone needs my resume. And you were sitting, I'm pretty sure you were watching Sesame Street videos on YouTube.
Good chance of it.
And you were laughing in your office, and I was like, hey, looks like he's having a good time. We'll see what he does around here. And then I was like, hey, what do you do? And you're like, nothing. They just hired me.
Yep. And then all of a sudden...
little did I know
I know that God
It
had a
would lead
plan.
to one of the longest, most horrible relationships
Yes.
I've ever
Most
experienced.
dysfunctional,
Uh-huh.
not horrible.
Okay,
Dysfunctional, for
for
sure.
sure.
I take pride in the fact that I have been the man in Betty's life for 9, almost 10 years now. That is crazy town, and I love that. I'm happy for us. We should have anniversaries.
No,
We should.
No,
We should, just to mark that moment. It's very
I
important.
don't remember the day. It's kind
yeah.
of scarring.
Yeah,
I tried to
I
forget
don't
it.
either.
Side note, Jared said that he flipped his truck once while listening to the Wally Show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I always have people tell me that they had to pull over. They were laughing so hard, and I don't know if that's really true. I think that's a way that people try to tell you that something was really funny. But like flipping your truck,
He didn't pull over soon enough.
Yeah, I guess not. That's fantastic. So again, happy birthday to you, Xavier. I'm sorry, I think I said Xavier earlier. I mean Xavier. So happy birthday to you. And finally, here on Birthday Tip. Hey guys, my name is Shadreen, and it's my 20th birthday. She did it phonetically because I would have never got that right. So thank you, Shadreen. And I was wondering if you could please play for me the Christian birthday song. We can do that. We haven't done that in a long time. And I really, if you haven't heard this before, we're playing this not because we think it's cool. I want to be very clear about that.
No, it's a gift to society.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong on this. I just remember this being sent to me at the time, and like, and I was really more sensitive to like Christian culture and things, trying to be really over the top, and this thing made me mad because I remember this is years ago when we found this, and I'm like, we don't need a Christian birthday song. The other one doesn't need to be redeemed. You know, I get it if you're taking back art or something that doesn't have value to it, and you're trying to redeem it or inject God into it. But like a birthday song doesn't have any of that. Like it's totally
It's
not
celebrating
necessary.
the self, though. You're not celebrating God.
Yeah,
and
maybe
that's what's
so.
wrong with it.
Maybe so. It's too secular, that old birthday song. But this other one did not catch on. But happy birthday to you, Shadreen. My question is, what's the most memorable birthday of your life? It could be good or bad, she says.
I have a bad one. I think I've told it before, but I'll tell it again. It was my 10th birthday, and we went out to eat because we always had to go out to eat near my dad's office because I was born during tax season. He's a CPA. So we go out to eat, and so my parents take all my presents to the restaurant, and they brought like a black garbage bag to put the stuff in to take it back home. And the next day was trash day, and they asked Dan to take out the trash, and he was like so like upset about it and disgruntled that he threw away all my presents because they were in a black trash bag.
That is fantastic.
And they were all gone, like all of them gone.
Just gone. And did they replace them, or they were like, sorry, Becca?
My mom did. My mom was more hurt about it still to this day than I am.
Really?
Like, it's kind of like a funny memory to me, even though it's a little messed up. But she is like, I still feel so bad about that. And I tried so hard to replace it, and I couldn't find some of the exact things I
you should
bought.
work that every year
Yeah,
into better birthday
seriously.
presents as an adult.
Yeah, but that's what it's like being the youngest. I have a few things working against me. Dirk's the favorite.
Right.
Dan throws away my birthday presents.
Right.
Poor
and,
me.
Yeah, and the awkwardness.
Yeah, and Joey's sick all the time. Like, someone pay attention to me.
This has been a day between Joey's sick stories and Haley talking about Zach talking about Anna off the air nonstop. It has been a day where Betty and I are just kind of like, whew, I'm exhausted.
Zach has been
I have been. But you
bad
keep saying
today.
things that remind me of things
Anna.
that just
Anna
and I only got to see her for an hour yesterday, and I miss her.
Yesterday, Anna knows how to blow bubbles. Anna
She's so
passes
cute.
gas. Literally something you said.
Yes.
Literally
Yeah,
told
she
a
knows those
passing gas
toot, toot.
story.
Yeah, it's so cute. Tushy.
That is kind of funny. Yeah, but it's been a day. It has definitely been a little bit of a day with those things. For me, my birthday, I think it was my 8th birthday when I had the birthday in August. So you couldn't pass out cards at school, so it's hard to get kids. Like when you have a birthday during the school year, you're there all week, hey, gonna come to my party this week and stuff. So in the summer, people are traveling, they're not around. This is me justifying.
Someone just gave us a bunch of angry faces on Facebook, and they still are.
Someone fell onto the angry button.
Wow. Okay, sorry. Continue.
It's because Wally's talking.
Maybe,
I
Yes.
understand.
don't
I'll
know.
do it too.
Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
I'll do it too. And so yeah, if you give angry faces, at least give a reason. Come on. And so I had a birthday party, like my 8th birthday party, and no one showed up. So as a kid, yeah, all the guys in the background just went, oh. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, still hurts to this day. Like, and you try to justify it as a kid, and your parents are like, "It's okay, baby. You know, maybe they just. I don't think they like him, honey. You're not helping,
can't say
Roddy."
that.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, that was a bad one. That's a real bad one.
Oh my goodness. I hurt for you right
I know
now.
that was bad. And it was a cowboy in construction work party. Wait a minute, that was the village people. Wait a minute, my parents were really into this.
No wonder no one came.
Yeah, now I get it.
Why didn't they come? YMCA.
Why didn't they
Yes.
come?
Zach, what about you?
We could only have birthday parties when we turned 8 and 13. Like those
Seems
were the 2
random.
years we were
That's
allowed to have
really
parties.
weird. 13 makes sense.
By parties, it means when you can actually invite 2 or 3 people.
I think otherwise you do family things.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Just a
maybe
couple
1 or 2 friends.
friends,
Not a big deal.
Right.
So my 8th birthday party, it torrential downpour the whole time. I'm surprised thinking back that it was warm enough. So we all went outside and got like boards and tried to like surf down our ditch
Oh, that's good.
because it was overflowing. And so we just played in the ditch the whole time. And so when, kids got picked up, they would say things like, "We played in the sewer all day."
Yeah.
But that
and
was
That
fun.
sounds right.
None of those kids were at his 13th birthday.
No, I don't remember a 13th party. I don't think I had one.
Yeah, outside of the birthday, like that no one showed up at. I think I blocked every other one out.
Yeah.
You know
or I
what,
never
though?
had any other ones because I don't remember any of them.
This will speak to my self-confidence issues going back a long way. I hardly had birthday parties growing up because I was afraid no one would come.
Yeah.
Not because I had prior
Hard.
experience.
Wow.
From
That's deep.
I don't think I had a birthday party after age 8.
I
Wow.
get it though, like
Yeah.
because trust me, as
Gosh.
someone who's had that
Oh, no,
disappointment, and it still to this day makes me almost want to tear up. Like it's bad. Like so,
I
so
didn't want to risk it.
Whew,
I was very, wow.
it's
I was,
bad.
I was very conscientious as a kid, and I knew we were like financially in a hard place for a lot of those years.
Right.
And so I didn't want to have birthday parties because I knew they cost money that we didn't have. And so I remember as a kid thinking through like, it's not worth the money. Like I don't want to put my parents out to spend money on things.
You take as a kid, you take so much of that on. Because I remember as a kid feeling like whenever my parents would even be like, "Oh, I don't know if we can get that because it's a bit too expensive," and it was something that probably they didn't even need, or it was just so over the top expensive. But then you think, "Oh my gosh, we're poor. Like we have
Yeah.
money problems. What's going on? What can I do?" Like you
And it
get
might have
really
been a bigger thing to
overly
us than my
worried.
parents. I don't
Right?
know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know because I had the same thing. Like my dad owned a construction company, so we would have good years and bad years, and we were never like wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. We were always just kind of made it. But I distinctly remember a time where they were talking in whispered voices, and I overheard them talking about the money problems. And as a kid, it really hit me. I'm like, and so I'm like, okay, what can I do? I want to sell my stuff, and could you do? And so as an adult, like with Haley, I've been really conscious to not make her feel tried to, because like when I first came here, it was bad. Like I was broke. I was cashing out my stock to try to stay working here because I had 2 houses.
You had an expensive house in Atlanta.
because I was making big money, and then that was all
and you
gone.
couldn't sell it without taking a $150,000 loss.
Because that's when things flipped.
Yeah, so it was bad, but I didn't want her to take that same stress on that I had as a kid. And then years later, my parents, when I got a little older, were more forthright with how things were, and that's how I can be with her now. And you're going to college, and I want you to understand this is a sacrifice for your mom and I of what we have to do every month. Like your college monthly payment is a house payment, and so you need to understand that, and you need to do well. And you need to make sure you're going to class, and because I want you to feel some of the weight of this and the responsibility of it as well. Betty Rock, how about you? Birthday. That's where we
birthday.
were.
Yes. My worst was when I turned 7, I believe, and my birthday was on the Saturday that they were having a softball game, and so all the girls in my class were already in that softball team, and they were having a game and couldn't make it. So my best friend Jessica came, and another girl, Nicole, came, and that was it.
Oh,
So that was rough.
That is
but
bad.
16 turned around for me. We had a pool party, and we invited the seniors, and they all came.
The senior, yeah, but
Wow.
you went to a tiny school. How many is all?
Still, there was like
How many is all?
15
Oh,
seniors,
okay.
and there were like 12 of us.
Uh-huh.
So that was a big deal.
And you were a freshman?
No, I was under there.
Oh
I
no,
was a
junior. Oh yeah.
So juniors and seniors, we had so
Yeah,
many people that.
weird how you somehow managed to get senior boys to come to a girls' pool party. That's a miracle.
Okay, I didn't think
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
that way.
exactly. Like, yeah, I'm in.
Now
I
you're
never,
It was
grossed out.
lots of fun.
I never got invited to any of
The
those.
only
but-
bad part was there was way too much NSYNC music being played. I look
Is
back on
there
that
ever
with
such a
regret.
thing?
Yes.
I
Yes, there
don't think
is.
It
so.
matched the posters on your wall. So
Sadly, it did.
Yeah.
what up,
And
Lance?
they were all yeah. Lance
Shout out
Bass.
Lance Bass.
Oh my gosh.
Betty's still available
That
if you
is
care.
terrible. Oh. Hey. He's taking all my options.
All right, so there you go. That's a little bit of that stuff. Did we ever find out the angry face mystery?
No.
I don't think
People
so.
were asking, but no one
Yeah.
fessed up.
What's with the angry
Someone
face?
is commenting that they used to like our show a lot better when it was on in the afternoon.
And it was
Oh.
just the guys.
It's just the guys.
Oh,
We made fun of stuff probably more than.
yeah. The
It
show
got-
was way more caustic.
Yeah.
And
But I think
spent.
it's good that Becca and I bring some kind of
Yes.
emotional.
We're the best part of this show.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't gonna go.
That's why the name is.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this. We have this group of guys. Allison is a lovely lady that had emailed me. Step up to a mic. Let's pull a mic up for somebody from this group. Pull up mic 3, please. So now, who is Allison's husband? Who would that be? Step on over to that mic there. Okay, there you go. Take that one.
That is my lovely wife.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Ryan.
Ryan, how are you? Okay, so Allison said that you guys are potties from Portland, right?
Spokane, Washington.
Okay, Spokane.
Close enough.
They're the same. Honestly,
Not at all.
You guys don't shower. You wear hipster hats. It's the same. So you guys are in a band, correct?
Yes.
And what's the name of the band?
The Incandescent.
Okay, because I actually did. I checked out your Facebook page before we had you over here because I'm like, okay, I'm curious
Ooh,
if
is that
this
the music you're playing?
Yes, the band that I went, they will never ever be on radio. No,
I'm kidding.
And so I'm like, okay, because she had said her like, and her title was like beard love, and she's like, because it was the day you were making fun of my beard.
Oh,
so
because it's
massively.
gross.
Look at that giant guy behind you, and
Yeah,
tell me that his
Step
tell,
over that way from more
tell
so the
him that
camera
his
can see
beard
you.
is gross. Tell him that his beard is gross.
It's not gross. It fits him.
Mine is starting
Keep
to
going.
be like that.
So we can see you on the camera. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
your
There
husbands
you go.
could get this way for sure. Joey
Joey's?
could
yeah.
definitely
Well,
get this
because
way.
he's been
Yeah.
in the hospital for a while, so it's like growing sideways.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
there's another bearded guy. They're like, she was like, you will get some beard support from this band.
I think the problem is the wings of yours.
I
They
trimmed it.
It goes like this, not so
Ah.
much down, but more out.
I've
like this, like
been-
a duck butt.
I've
ow.
been trimming it. It has to grow. It's got to have an
here's,
awkward
here's
stage.
the thing. These guys are from the Northwest.
Yes.
They're in a band.
Yes.
The beards fit.
They're
You-
under 50.
Yes.
I am too. I almost let that one slide.
Inches.
That one almost got past my feeble memory.
But you have too many things that you're just trying too hard on. Like, we can allow you the jewelry, we can allow you the skinny jeans, like the spiky hair that's all just tried a little bit too hard. But we gotta drop the line somewhere.
No, the
we
beard,
gotta be
like-
we gotta be good friends and just tell you enough is enough.
No,
just
I'm
be
I'm
50.
I'm right. Appreciate your honesty very much. So what
My
are you
husband's
guys?
sick?
Yeah. So what are you guys doing in Nashville, all the way from Spokane, Washington?
Well, we are spending a few days recording for a new record.
Okay.
Yeah, with a producer friend down here.
All
and then
right.
also playing a show on Friday.
Oh no way. Where?
So yeah.
Where at?
What's it called? The Whiskey Room.
Oh really? Oh nice.
Kings Bowl, yeah.
Oh, well, Kings
Oh,
Bowl.
at the bowling place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It sounds better if you just tell people the whiskey room.
Yeah.
Because seriously, because then when people go, oh, the bowling alley.
Well, it's a
"Ah."
really like cool boat. Like it has venues and stuff.
It's a hipster bowling alley, like your beards will fit in, and so does mine. There.
we went there. We went to their once the restaurant portion that
Right.
they have in there, and we were there with a couple of friends. And then right as our food was coming out, Joey decided we needed to go to the ER. So we haven't gotten to eat there or
Oh.
bowl there.
The
but
food is
I've
good.
been there.
I've done all that. I've eaten, I've bowled, and I've seen a show on it. They have a small stage back in that room, and it'll be tight for you guys, especially for you. I have this habit of going and like making jokes about the biggest guy, and that's so dumb. It's like that Chihuahua mentality.
Yeah.
It's like that
Yes,
little
for
tiny
sure.
Barking
yappy
at the
dog.
Great Dane.
Exactly. So that's really cool, man. I'm glad you guys could swing by and hang out with us. I'm really curious if you guys how good you are at this band thing. Does anybody happen to have their CD on them right now?
I do have one.
Attaboy!
Oh, they have merch. They have shirts.
Whoa!
I'm gonna pick up something special for you.
All right.
Oh my gosh, it
Oh
is.
wow.
Oh,
I
that's
believe-
amazing.
I love it.
Oh,
gift from the
that is
Northwest.
amazing.
Oh, that's
That is
fantastic.
That is so great.
That is fantastic.
great.
All right, give
How
me
it
give me
fits.
your CD right now. Give me your CD. That
Oh, no.
I was real curious to see if you guys were gonna do
Oh,
this.
they have another shirt too.
me
Pacific
see.
Northwest vibes.
Oh, that's awesome,
Lucky
man.
you knowing what
We got
PNW stood
multiples
for.
of those.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
It's not that hard.
I love that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is something we
Well,
don't
wait,
ever do.
Can we do this before you criticize them?
I'm not gonna criticize.
Oh,
them.
I know. I've been with you 10 years.
They're right.
I
Wait,
know who you
they're
are.
right here. I'm not gonna criticize them
Oh,
until
please,
tomorrow.
when has that ever stopped you? Can we play a little bit? He was in a band also called Heaven's Fire, where it was an 80s band, and he had hair like a woman, and he used a lot of Aquanet. It was bad. Acid wash jeans. Can we play a little bit of Heaven's Fire?
We can. You're gonna have to give them some
here.
headphones. So I can't.
By the way, everyone on Facebook Live says their beards are better than yours.
Oh.
I'm gonna stop Facebook living. Okay, so here's a little bit of Heaven's
I-
Fire.
oh, shoot.
So you can make the call on this.
Return
Again,
that.
this is remember this is a different style of music than what you guys do. It's 80s metal. It's funny. This is the only song I don't sing over. Anytime we play music. Some gang vocals. You've got some Jafria type. That band. Anybody know that band? Jafria type keyboards in the back. Okay, we'll say Journey. People know that a little bit more. So yeah, that was my band back in the day.
really
Which
bad.
I got an email the other day. Somebody saying, "Hey, do you have the? Did you ever get a cassette player? Because I finally got the cassette from my old drummer because we want to play it on the air and let everyone make fun of it. But I do have the cassette, but we don't have a cassette player yet. So we're still working on that. How
I
crazy
did find
is
one
that?
in a thrift store, but it's $20. I'm like, it's not worth that.
I donated one to
Heaven's
your thrift
Fire
store.
is not worth
I did.
$20.
A long time ago.
No.
Sorry, fail. All right, so this is the Incandescent, and it has 5 songs on it. You pick the song right now. We're gonna do snap judgment, kind of. You pick it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, track one, I guess.
Track 1. All right, going right for Undiscovered. All right, so we'll play a. And then we will play a little bit more of it and see what we think. So here we go. This is the Incandescent, guys from Spokane, Washington, that just showed up for the podcast. This would be kind of fun to do this more often.
It's dangerous.
I know. Real quick, have any of you ever done time in prison? Okay. All right, yeah. Okay, we know you have a drummer. Okay, based on that snap, do you like it or not like it, Becca?
I'm in.
Oh, yeah, Betty.
It's got a Led Zeppelin feel.
Oh,
I like it.
yes, okay,
I
Zach.
like it.
I want to hear more.
Okay, fantastic. I hate it. Like, it's just derivative. It's just 2s and 4s and hi-hats. I think it's the worst thing I've ever heard. But let's keep going. Here we go. That's kind of cool.
Wow, their album cover even looks Pacific Northwesty.
Yeah, it does. If you're streaming us, you can see it.
They're saying that the fact is fact.
Which one is-
Pay attention and don't
That's you?
look back. Put
Wow.
you back to the
Are you
past.
kidding me?
Past is
That's
fading
you?
fast. Mixed messages loud and clear.
Oh, man.
Spoon feeding what you want to hear. Got your soapbox media dripping
Wow.
down to your ears. The
Gang vocals.
undiscovered, the reckless youth, the rebel song that's reaching out, reaching out. The undiscovered, the
I gotta tell you, man, I get stuff sent to me every day that is horrible. Like, horrible songs. This is not horrible.
No, it's good.
This is really good. It's got a Killers vibe to it, a Paper Tongues kind of vibe to it. I really like this. Here, step up to the mic, man. What was your name? I'm sorry.
My name's Andrew.
Your name is Andrew. You are the most unassuming looking guy in the band and the most non-Pacific Northwest guy in the band. And you're the singer.
I am the singer, yeah.
That is, honestly, by looking at you, I didn't see that coming.
The shortest beard.
Yeah, it's a nice surprise. That doesn't even count for a beard. Like, this is a nice surprise.
I had to change things up, do something a little different.
I'm not lying, man. If I didn't like it, I would literally tell you I
Saying it by now for
yeah,
sure. So.
like if I really didn't like it, I wouldn't gush like this. I honestly think that is really, really stinking good.
People are saying that
Awesome.
y'all sound a lot like 1,000 Foot Crutch.
Oh, I don't see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice it's a nice compliment because TFK is a great band, but I definitely hear like in your voice Killers kind of vibe to it. That's
Hey,
man.
on Facebook Live, if you like it, let's see some likes or love.
No angry faces. That would be mean. They're right here.
No
Who would you guys
crying.
say are your influences musically?
Oh, goodness.
Heaven's Fire.
Yes.
Definitely Heaven's Fire. I think collectively we all agree on a couple bands. We love Switchfoot.
Yeah.
Need to Breathe. And then coming from the other side, guys like the Foo Fighters and Kings of Leon, guys like that.
Oh yeah, Kings of Leon. I
Yeah.
could. Yeah, I could totally see that. Well, nicely done, man.
Thanks.
I'm gonna standing ovation you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big
That's
deal.
But she doesn't go up very much.
yeah.
It's only a difference of like 2 inches.
Yeah, it's not much different from my sitting ovation, height-wise, but the heart is there. So, wow, that's really good, man. I'm glad you guys could stop by today,
Yeah, thanks,
and
man.
that was fun. Like, that's how, when it goes well, that's a good thing. You realize how badly that could have
Oh, yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah, I was nervous. I was very nervous for you guys.
Because that was not the
like,
song
there's
I
gonna
heard.
be tears soon.
Yeah, that was not the song I heard online. The song I heard online was more like worshipy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is the vein like for you guys. I like that.
I had a horrible joke I was holding back on that I would use to throw myself in front of the train if it was going badly for
Yeah.
you. But I don't have to say it now.
Oh, well, fantastic. Save
yeah.
it for the next time because I guarantee you there'll be this started something because Potty's like, will be like, oh, here's my brother's band. Let me have them come on and play their song. Like I could see that happening. But if we do more of this, you just got to be ready to take the hit. If it doesn't go well, because I guarantee you they ain't all gonna go like this.
Are you guys the incandescent or the incandescents? Just
The
singular?
incandescent.
Singular,
Gotcha.
singular. The
Yep.
plurals would have been like too much.
Yes.
Incandescence.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
Excellent.
Straight out of Spokane, Washington. I almost said
job.
Portland, Oregon. I feel like Fallon right
Close
now. We're,
enough.
like at the end where you're like that awkward thing. Well, check them out on iTunes and everywhere else. Here's their CD, and they're flipping it to the camera
You
there.
don't
so.
sound like Jimmy at all.
You want to be Fallon so badly.
No, I don't actually.
You love his boyish charm.
He does have a cute little mop top, so I don't know. All right, that's about enough of this nonsense. That was really good. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you for the shirts, and nicely done on the music. That's what I'm really, really impressed. And so now maybe you want a couple more fans. We have 8 listeners, so I hope that
Yes. That was totally worth it for you guys.
Totally.
All right, that's going to do it for the Precast. On with the podcast. Well, there you go. That's going to do it for the podcast today. Hopefully you liked the Incandescent band that we had in here during the Precast, and you can check them out.
Are you on Spotify?
Okay,
And
someone
thanks
asked.
for sticking around for the whole
Yeah,
podcast.
you
by the
stayed
way.
for like an hour and a half. That's amazing. Now leave.